Good afternoon. I'm Craig Ford at WTVA 9 News. We are interrupting regular programming briefly to let you know about something that is happening in Tupelo on Interstate 22. WTVA's Wayne Herford is about to give us a live look on the bridge that's going over Highway 45 right now. We're seeing a lot of law enforcement there. Wayne, what else can you show us and tell us?
They're going to give you a bet. They're going to give you a
All right. Thanks a lot, Craig. Yeah, I'm standing here on I-22 East, which is right behind me. It's near the intersection of I-22 East and Highway 45. If you don't know where that is, that's kind of close to the Barnes Crossing Mall. I'm here, and I'll just describe to you what I'm seeing right now. Not sure what's going on, but we see a very strong presence of police cars. There have been MHP, some other law enforcement, as well as fire department. And an ambulance just left the scene, but I would say not very hurriedly, which usually indicates there was not any serious injury, at least as far as we can tell. Now, what happened here, we're not sure. Traffic is moving freely here on I-22 East, and we're not really sure if there has been anything that's serious. Now, our News Director Pat Peterson is manning the camera here. He's speaking with an officer behind camera. You can't see that right now, of course, but we're trying to get some information as to what's going on. Okay, Pat Peterson, News Director Pat Peterson, who's acting photographer for me. We thank him for that. He just told me this was a situation where shots were fired. Shots were fired somewhere along this stretch of I-22 that you're looking. There's lots of blue lights you see here. And actually, I'm beginning to see those officers starting to leave the scene. So whatever information or whatever evidence or whatever you may call it they needed, they obviously have gotten what they came to get. And they are starting to peel off now and leave the scene. As I mentioned, traffic is moving freely here on I-22 East. It's east of Highway 45. And it's right near the Barnes Crossing Mall. Perhaps you can see the shot where all that retail area is there on 45. So we will continue to follow this situation throughout the day, try to dig a little deeper, find out what happened here. But we do know there was a situation here. Some shots were fired. We saw
two vehicles.
Thank you, sir. News Director Pat Peterson. There were two vehicles involved, including two that look to be white pickup trucks, I believe, are going to be the two vehicles involved. Okay, I'll step aside a little bit, let you look a little bit more at the scene. As you can tell now, even if you've only been with us since we came on, that the officers are starting to peel off of the scene here. So it tells me that whatever happened here is, as far as law enforcement is concerned, is just about over. There's MHP on the scene. Of course, it's the I-22. Of course, MHP would be involved. Not sure if they're involved in an investigation. We're not sure if there's an investigation at this point, but we do know there was shot fired. We do know there were two vehicles involved. I saw several people talking to officers, and there's a gentleman there. I believe he's a undercover officer, perhaps. I'm not sure. He's in street clothes there. So you can see now that things are starting to get back to normal, and we will continue to check on this situation here on I-22 and 45, which happened this afternoon, I guess somewhere around 12:30. I'm Wayne Herford reporting live here in Tupelo. Craig, back to you.
Wayne, thanks so much. And this is the reason that we interrupted regular programming, to be honest with you, is because this, there's law enforcement that's usually out at this interchange if there's an accident, but this was obviously more than just an accident. Gunfire on the interstate in Tupelo. Again, that is not the norm for us. Before we wrap up, one other piece of breaking news. This regarding former President Donald Trump. Federal prosecutors have now released the indictment against him, detailing the allegations of the classified materials that led to a grand jury in South Florida indicting him. So, two breaking news stories that we are following. Of course, we'll have more coming up on WTVA 9 News at 4:30 today, not at 4, at 4:30 with Sammy Robach. I'm Craig Ford, WTVA 9 News. We now return you to regular programming.